gentlemen, for my presentation, I think I will bring you to see the situation in Laos a little bit more practical way, and my presentation is try to link to the policy and how the government try to sort out the problem that happened with the climate change adaptation and mitigation problem. As you know, I think I can tell you one story. 10 years ago, I was listened for the presentation from Japanese people, especially Japanese researcher. They're talking about the climate change, but nobody listened at that time. But now it's everything that my colleagues and the people from Japan and have been presented and been happened everything almost at the moment. That's why most of us is try to sort out the problem together. Yes. For my presentation, I will highlight it to you three points. Especially the first one, let me overview you about the Laos situation, how we facing with the problem with the climate change, and then the government try to sort out with the problem by using the policy strategy and the method how we can sort out with the problem. And then lastly, I will tell you a bit about the method how we support the policy of the government. Let me brief you few things about Laos situation. As you know, Laos have no border with the sea. Most of the people tell Laos is a landlocked country. But now the government try to change the word, try to be linked to the other country in the region, like the GMS, for example. And we have also the land area is more than 20%. We can only about 20% is we have the sloping land. More than 80% is we can consider as a upland area. And also, you can see from the figure here is agriculture still contribute more than 30% of the GDP. That means GDP of the country is still rely on the agriculture, but now is day by day is try to reduce. And now is we are the processing of the transforming subsistence to the commercialization of agriculture. And we have a high level of the food production for the family and the household only. This one is the situation. And the other one you can see from the map here is a landlocked country. Let's say landlinked country. Most of the area is mountainous area and steep slope. And but one thing that we have the priority is we have the good potential for use of the renewable natural resource, water and forestry. For example, if compared with the other country in the region, Laos can consider in the Asian countries, Laos can consider as the most country is forest cover. Now, at the moment, we have more than 60% of the forest cover. And the aim of the government is year 2020, we need to reach to the 70%, for example, approximately. At the moment, the problem here is for the farmer, especially in the agriculture and forestry sector, we're facing a lot of problems, especially unpredictable of the weather and so on. Due to the time limitation, I try to show you some picture about the drought and flood erosion landslide. This one is happened in the northern part of Laos. You can see they have in the right view is a drought and flooding some area, and some area also landslide. You can see. And this one is example for the lowland rainfed rice area damaged by flooding. You can see in the central part in the year 2008 is a big damage in the area of the central part of the country. Yeah. And the climate change impact also, you can see from here is have an effect to the most poorest and most vulnerable people, include women and children, that focus on the food security, safe housing and emergency shelter, access to the basic service, drinking water, and so on. This one is the impact from the climate change to the rural people. Oh, sorry, let's go back a little bit. And also in innovative technology and applied application, we also need to think about safe water, harvest rainwater, and utilize solar energy and so on. This one is also one way that we can solve our program. Biogas also innovation and technology, biogas and wind energy and so on. This one could be the method that we can solve. To solve out the program, as I mentioned earlier, now in Laos we have the related policy to that one, especially we joined with the UNFCCC and also Kyoto Protocol in the year 2003, strategy on climate change for Laos, and national communication on the climate change. And also we have the NAPA program action, and also we have the number 2 NAPA now. It's the year 2013, and National Action Plan. If we're talking about the agriculture sector and forestry sector, we also have the agriculture strategy. And my organization that we are only single organization that we concerned with the research and development in the agriculture and forestry sector. Also, we have the strategy vision that concerned with the climate change adaptation. To support the policy, also the government try to have the committee that concern related to that one is start from the chair by the Deputy Prime Minister, and also related line ministry, also main like planning and investment ministry, Ministry of Natural Resources, and also Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, the one that I belong to. And also based on this one, we also have 8 technical working group that are working on different aspects. We have also agriculture and forestry is the one that I would like to present to you for the next slide. For talking, boil down into the detail for the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry, we also have the strategy vision until year 2020 that we focus to increase the application of the modernize of the lowland market-oriented agriculture production, adapt to the climate change, and focus on the smallholder farmer. This one is at the end of the policy that we would like to concern. And talking about the research organization, the one that I mentioned that I belong to is the NAFRI, National Agriculture and Forestry Research Institute. To support to the policy, we also try to build up the newly center. At the moment, we have about 14 centers and 1 company, but now will come up soon. Maybe at the end of the year, will be established the new research center related to the climate resilience in the agriculture sector that focus on the climate adaptation. And also the other thing that we need to think about, like Ajahn Pasit mentioned yesterday, also we try to set up the networking within the outside country related to the climate change and climate agriculture in the regional area, also GMS area, that we need to set up the network to solve out the problem together. And to support to the policy, NAFRI and NAPA follow-up project, we have the build up one project is we call IRAS project. The IRAS project is the main goal is 2 main goals. The first one is try to minimize the food security resulting from the climate change in the Lao DDR, and the second goal is to reducing the vulnerability of the farmer to extreme flooding and drought. This one is the main goal of the project that we would, that research organization that I belong is we try to set up, and the project is focused into the four main components. The first one is knowledge management, capacity building, community-based agriculture, adaptation practice, and adaptation learning. This one is important that we need to think about. I try to show you about the result of the IRAS project. This one is the product from the IRAS. We build up the result as the packaging, because we have a lot of activity here. It's related to fishery, related to livestock, and rice field as well. Yeah. One thing that we try to highlight in the project is try to work with the community-based management. Also try to tell the community about how to protect how to adapt with the situation in the local area. And on the other thing is important to think about is land use planning and land allocation. This one is also part of the project that we introduce to the community. Here. So we have soil map, we have land suitability, flow drought, and try to predict. And one project that can support to this activity is climate advisory that can predict in the next few months what will be happen in the next, for example. One of the important thing for the activity of the project is also local agroecology that here is a start from the water, green water activity with the livestock and so on here. And also capacity building for the local community, also one part of the activity. You can see from the photo here. And conclusion is within the lesson learned from this project, adaptive research and research for development, let's say, is try to adapt with the situation. Some of the lesson from the project or program, we try to scaling out of the results to the other area in the upland. And also the recommendation for the thing is, I think is one thing that we need to think about is awareness of the raising advocacy, education on the climate change, commencing from the primary school. Also, we need to bring this one to the primary school and create the guideline and policy to support this activity and allocate the fund. Without the fund, we cannot go on. And provide the necessary equipment and exchange the experience also important. Like the people you can see from the video film yesterday, that exchange, bring the farmer and try to learn from the best practice, this one. And lastly, dissemination of the information also important to think about. So that's all of my presentation, and thank you for your attention.